Shalom family, welcome and may Yahuwah barak you in the name of Yahusha. In this video, we are going to talk about the great apostasy and what it really is. The greatest deception of the last days is deeper than we thought. It's so deep that even the chosen ones are at risk of being deceived. And it is also not directed to the world, but especially to the chosen people, because the world with religion is already lost. But the people who follow Yahuwah are the one who the enemy targets at the last days. The scripture says that certain words are sealed until the last days, meaning, although everyone could read them, not everyone will understand. And only at the appointed time, Yahuwah will open the eyes of his people to understand the prophecies. There is a big connection between the anti-Mashiach and the great apostasy. He will use the great apostasy to deceive not only the nations, but also members of Yasha'al who believed they were in the truth, but their truth was mixed with lies. I used to think the anti-Mashiach was Jesus, but Yahuwah confirmed it's not. That is just part of the trap and the deception. Let no one deceive you in any way, for that day will not come unless the fallen away comes first, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called Alua, or that is worshipped, so that he sits as Alua in the temple of Yahuwah, showing himself that he is Yahuwah. This is why the deception is so big. He will say that he is both the Son and the Father, that he is two in one, Alua in the flesh. This message is going around within Yasharel very hardly. People are saying that Yahuwah and Yahusha are the same, but this is a deception that is coming directly from the anti-Mashiach to prepare the people of Yasharel to receive him instead of Yahuwah. This is the great apostasy, to merge Yahuwah and Yahusha into a single person, to abolish the supremacy of Yahuwah by making him a human that died, that needed to be fed, that was a baby, that was tortured and mistreated, and many things that will completely contradict the nature of Yahuwah. He is the Most High, the Almighty, and he cannot be a man. There is nobody that can contain his glory. That is a wicked lie coming from the pits of hell. Yahusha never elevated himself to be the Father. He always respected the Father and placed him above himself. He always said, the Father is greater than I. So why are people saying they are the same when Yahusha himself never said so? In John 5:43 we read, I have come in my Father's name, and you do not receive me. But if another comes in his own name, him you will receive. Yahusha did not say that he was Yahuwah. He just said, I come in my Father's name, meaning he comes with the authority of Yahuwah, because Yahuwah sent him. In 1 Samuel 17:45 we read, You come to me with a sword, spear, and javelin, but I come to you in the name of Yahuwah of hosts. In this verse, David is not pretending to be Yahuwah. He said that Yahuwah sent him, that Yahuwah is his strength, and by the might of Yahuwah he will achieve his mission. And that is exactly what Yahusha said in John 5:43. In the end times, many will reject that Yahusha is the one sent by Yahuwah, and instead will confess that both are the same person. And by doing so, they deny both, the Father and the Son, merging them as one. And Yahusha said, if another comes in his own name, him you will receive. Yahusha confirms that someone will come and say that nobody sent him, that he himself is the Most High, and he came in the flesh, making even some of the chosen one to fall for that lie. So basically, it is as if the anti-Mashiach says, I am the Mashiach, but I'm also Alua. I, myself, have come in the flesh to save you. There is no one besides me. I come in my own name because I am He. I am the Most High. Can you tell the wickedness in this statement? He even will perform signs and great wonders. So it will be really hard if you don't have the Ruach Kadash to guide you to not fall for that lie and stay in the truth. This deception has already begun, And we need to make sure that we are not part of it, because our souls depend on staying in the truth and not believing the anti-Mashiach lie. Isaiah 14:13-14 says, I will ascend to heaven and I will be like the Most High. Yahusha never tried to be like Yahuwah. He always made it clear that the Father is one and He is the Son. The Father cannot be the Son and the Son cannot be the Father. 1 John 2:22 reads, Who is the liar but the one who denies Yahusha is the Mashiach. This is the anti-Mashiach, the one who denies the Father and the Son. How does one can deny the Father and the Son? By merging them together into one person. If you put the Father and the Son as one person, then there is none of them. There is no Father and there is no Son. There is just one. And that is not possible according to Scripture. How can Yahuwah have an Alua? How can Yahuwah have a mighty one over him? That is just not possible. To say I am Yahuwah in the flesh is exactly what the false one will claim, but never the true one. Whoever denies the Son does not have the Father either. If you merge them both into one single person, you automatically denied the Son, which results in you not having the Father either. Yahusha is the way to the Father. If you eliminate Yahusha and make him into Yahuwah like they are one, you automatically eliminate the bridge, the way to the Father, and you cannot get to the Father if you don't have the Son. The Son is the way. If you eliminate the Son, then you have no way to get to the Father. Yahusha said in John 17, that they may know you, the only and true Alua, and Yahusha whom you have sent. If Yahusha were Yahuwah, he would never have said, you are the true Alua, because he would be the true Alua himself, and he never said so. This deception is really, really dangerous. The chosen one will be deceived, not with an European Messiah, not with Jesus, not with a Roman Christ. It will be deceived with a man who looks like one who is from Yasharal, probably even dark-skinned, with Hebrew appearance, who uses the true names and also preach Torah. He will come as a Mashiach and will say that he is Alua. He will demand from the whole world to worship him, and people will lose their souls. There are hundreds of videos spreading this teaching, spreading this lie, and without realizing it, they are preparing the way for the anti-Mashiach and working against the truth. That is, against the true Mashiach. Yahusha is the truth and the way to the Father. No one comes to the Father if not through Yahusha. For this reason, Alua allows them to fall into this delusion, and they will believe the lie instead. So all will be judged who did not believe the truth, but took pleasure in unrighteousness. Yahusha is the truth, the way, and the light. If you do not love Yahusha, his only begotten Son, the one whom he sent, then Yahuwah will allow people to believe the lie, and that lie will come with great miracles and wonders to make people even fall harder for that lie, just because we rejected Yahusha as the Son. And we are not to do that. This is very dangerous. There is no single verse in Scripture that warns or punishes believers for believing that the Father and the Son are two distinct beings. But there are multiple warnings against those who erase that distinction. Those who deny that the Father is the Father and the Son is a separate being from the Father. Scriptures call that denial the spirit of the anti-Mashiach. So we are not to twist Scripture for our own destruction. We are to believe what Yahusha himself said. When he asked Peter, "Who do you believe I am?" Peter said, "You are the Mashiach, the son of Alua." And Yahusha answered, that revelation came from the Father himself. If he would have been the Father, Peter would have said, "You are Alua," Yahuwah himself. But he didn't say that. And when he said that Yahusha is the Mashiach, the Son from Yahuwah, Yahusha confirmed it. He never made himself as Alua. So let us also not make that mistake. In 1 Kings 8:27 we read, "But will Alua indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heavens and the heavens of the heavens cannot contain you. How much less this house that I have built?" This very verse is one of the strongest proof that Yahuwah cannot be confined to the earth or to a human body. That's not physically possible, and that is not in his nature. He is too magnificent, too big, too great, too almighty to be confined to a body. Let us not blaspheme Yahuwah by making him a mortal man who died, who needed to be fed, who needed his diaper to be changed. This is a very important warning for the people of Yasharel. If you believe that, pray that Yahuwah open your eyes and make you free from that lie. Because if you keep believing that, you won't be safe. And let's keep studying scripture to show ourselves approved. Seek Yahuwah in Ruach and in truth, and he will guide your steps until the end. Thank you for watching this video. Share it with anyone who might be in that lie or who might be confused. And I hope that Yahuwah barak you today and always. Until next time.